Hi guys, welcome back to my personal YouTube channel. Now, I know that there has been a lot of you wanting a paranormal update video. Now, I have actually been wanting to upload another paranormal video for you. However, up until about 3 weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, there's still stuff going on in the house, but it's just the stuff that I've already talked about. So, for example, the noises coming from the bathroom. I'm in the bedroom, by the way, today because I'm actually going to be doing a little experiment with you guys. But I just have to wait and try to charge up my professional camera. Here is the beast here, but the camera is sadly dead. So I'm trying to charge that up, and I'm going to do that after I've recorded this part of the video. Anyway, I'm going to start babbling. So the usual stuff has been happening since the last time I posted a video update for you, and that is the banging coming from the room, the spare room, the bathroom and the hallway. And that's why I didn't want to just do a repetitive video. However, quite recently, new things have been happening, and I've made some notes here, and I'm actually going to be inserting a photo at some point. So actually it's going to be coming now. So first things first, guys, I think this happened last month, and me and Peter were downstairs in the living room, and as you guys know, the kitchen is next door, and we just heard like a bit of a bang, like something had toppled over. And I'm going to insert the picture right now because I went into the kitchen and this is what I found in the kitchen floor. So this is our like washing basket thing. So you know when I wash clothes, this is where I put all the wet clothes and then take them outside to dry or on the radiators. Well, this was on top of our chest freezer, and there's absolutely no way it could just topple off. The cats were in the living room with us, and it's just never happened before. And it was very, very strange because when I went in there and saw this basket upside down, honestly, there was just that eerie feeling in the kitchen. Now, something else that was very odd, and this was about 3 weeks ago. So me and Peter were downstairs. I think Peter had just finished work, so it was about 5 p.m. And Peter, I needed something from the shop. I think I was cooking a meal and I didn't have, like, say, tinned tomatoes or something. And I think Peter fancied some cake as well for dessert. So Peter, when he finished work, he went to Asda, a superstore grocery, and he left. And it's about a 10-minute walk away, and then literally 10-minute walk back. So he was gone for about half an hour in total. And I came upstairs, and I think I had that washing basket in the photo I just showed you full of wet clothes, and I was bringing them upstairs to put on radiators to dry. Now, as I walk up the top of the stairs, I heard, like, I thought I heard Peter's voice. Like he'd said something, and it sounded like it came from the bottom of the stairs, so just over the banister. And I thought, Peter's not here. He left about 10 minutes ago. What was that? I heard somebody say something from downstairs at the bottom of the stairs, but I couldn't make out what was said. And then as I was putting clothes on the radiator, I've got some here right now. So I was in this room putting clothes on the radiator, and then I heard to me it sounded like a man laughing coming from the spare room. So that understandably freaked me out just a little bit. Now, something which happened the other night. Oh God, here we go. Okay, so me and Peter were asleep in this very bed, and I couldn't sleep. Trying to think why I couldn't sleep. I was just having one of those nights where you're tired, but you can't sleep. You just hate those nights. And I was trying my hardest. I was turning over one way, turning over another way, couldn't sleep. And every time I was turning over, Peter would stop snoring, so I knew that I was disturbing him every time I was turning. So I thought, right, I'll go grab my dress and gown off the door, and I'll go downstairs for an hour. And I ended up going downstairs to play on my phone, and I was playing something called Kitty Scrambles, like a little word game. just to try and make my eyes tired, really. So I went downstairs and I went into the kitchen, which is where the cats sleep. And there were 2 cats in that night, the other 2 were out. And they were sleeping on like a blanket like this. Very similar type of blanket. And Ruby was on top and Frankie was like underneath, you know, kind of keeping herself warm. It was really, really cute. And I made myself a glass of water. Then I came out of the kitchen, closed the door behind me, and was just in the living room playing on my phone with the sound down. Didn't turn any TV on. It was just silent. Me in the living room playing on my phone. About 10 minutes later, there was like a massive bang. Yet again, but it came from the kitchen. But this bang was a bang that I've never heard before. It wasn't something falling over. It just felt so odd. So this shit me up, I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you, I was shitting my pants. So I opened the door to the kitchen and the cats were where they were earlier. They hadn't moved in 10 minutes. They were, you know, sleeping and keeping warm. But in the kitchen, and between the kitchen and the living room, is a little downstairs bathroom with a door. And to me, it sounded like, because the door was kind of like half open, a little bit like that, it's almost like somebody had like pulled on the handle and pushed it or pulled it, or I would say pushed it against the thing and let go of the handle. That was the sort of not, because I tried to reenact what this noise could be because it was so loud. It didn't sound like a bang where somebody's banging on the door or banging on the window. It just sounded like something heavy had been moved or the door handle had been pulled down and let go type of thing. But it was loud because it was in the middle of the night. It was really quiet. It sounded extra loud, if you know what I mean. So that really, really freaked me out. It doesn't end there, guys. So I stayed downstairs for another hour because even though I was shitting myself, I thought, you know, I can't sleep. I can't go up and disturb Peter. Let me try and tire my eyes out. Anyway, an hour later, I came back upstairs and I went back to bed. And this, I'm just going to demonstrate to you now. So I'm lying on the bed and the blanket is like there on my shoulder, okay? So I'm lying down now, but you won't be able to see me if I lie down. So let's pretend I'm lying down, yeah? My shoulder was sticking out, okay? As I'm closing my eyes and trying to go to sleep, all of a sudden, I felt this on my shoulder. As I felt it, this went, or it felt like it went. Then, immediately after that, I felt a brush of air go up the back of my head and onto the top of my head, and then it just disappeared, this little puff of wind. And no word of a lie, when I felt that, it felt like a hand. But I straight away, I turned and looked at Peter. Peter had his back to me, as we always do. We always sleep back to back once we fall asleep. And he was still snoring. It wasn't him grabbing my shoulder. But I think what was so bizarre, it felt so real. But then when the blanket kind of like did a little dance just beneath my shoulder at the same time, and then the breath of air, wow. Do you know what? I wasn't scared. I really, really, really wasn't scared. I was a little bit concerned at first, just for a few moments, but I kind of like closed my eyes and just tried to ignore it. But of course, I was just playing it back in my mind, like, what the fuck did I just feel on my shoulder? And but I didn't feel scared. I felt quite calm, and I wasn't sure whether if it was a spirit that's been in and out of this house, or if it was my mother. Because sadly, my mother died in 2014, and I was just thinking, because I didn't feel scared, maybe it was my mother? Maybe. But anyway, that happened literally last week. So it's really, really strange because I think I haven't done a video for a couple of months, not since before Christmas. And again, we get moments sometimes where nothing happens and we forget about it then. And then I go to bed then, and all of a sudden I'll hear the noises coming from the bathroom or the spare room. It's always those two rooms, sometimes the hallway. But we're kind of used to it now. It's not hurting us, and yeah, we'll hear a footstep, or we'll hear a... or whatever, do you know what I mean? Or I'll hear a pop and a click coming from the bathroom, and it's just like as if somebody's opening my mouthwash or something. It's really, really odd and strange. But the bang downstairs the other night, and then me being touched up in bed, not by Peter, is odd and very, very strange. So it's mad how we really haven't had much going on apart from the usual up until recently, and it always spins me out. And this is why I don't think our house is specifically haunted. I think because it's a whole square of 16 new houses that was on really rundown property that was some kind of nursing home and shelter, and for old people, other people who had drug problems. And by all accounts, the reason why they knocked it down was because when the nursing home or whatever it was closed down, it was a derelict area for drug users and drug dealers and criminal activity. So a lot of stuff has gone on in this area, not just in this house. And I do feel that it could just be somebody, like a spirit or spirits, who are, maybe in the area, and every so often they come in and out of our property. So yeah, so I don't think the house is specifically haunted, and I don't think it's just one ghost. I think it could be multiple in the area. We still haven't really got to know our neighbours properly yet, but summer's on its way. We're all going to be having garden barbecues and stuff, so we're going to get to know each other soon. So I'm definitely going to bring it up in conversation over a glass of gin this summer with my neighbours, and just try and find out if they've had any weird stuff going on. So that's pretty much it, guys. Now, what I am going to do, I'm hoping that this camera has charged up. I'll probably give it another half hour now anyway. At least I've got this bit out of the way. But I'm going to... So basically, what you're watching me on now is my mobile phone. But I need my mobile phone to use that Spirit Box app. Because if you remember in my previous video, I was saying that me and Peter played around with it and voices came through, and it was really, really, really scary. So I did promise you guys, if I did do a part 4, I would do it and record it. So this is why I've got my camera now, just waiting for the batteries to charge up. And I'm actually doing it today because Peter is in office. He's not in the house today. And I just thought, do you know what? Let's just do it now. Because as soon as Peter comes home, we're both busy. We've got like cooking, cleaning, baths, gym, and everything to do. So I'm thinking, when I'm home alone, let's do it. I'm going to shit myself, guys. I'm going to be terrified on this video. You're probably going to find it entertaining, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully nothing too bad will happen. But the last time we did this, a voice came through saying I was only 17 when I died. That freaked me out. And we did that in this room upstairs. We tried it downstairs and the cats were going nuts. So we did it upstairs in this bedroom, and this is where that 17-year-old person came through. So anyway, guys, let's get started with the Spirit Box. Okay, guys, so we are going to have a go at this Spirit Box thing. I've opened up my blinds quite brightly. I've got my lamps on. And I've got my good friend Jacko here to keep me company. And he's been all loved up. Bless him, he's being cute. Okay, let's give this a go. Let me just make sure the volume is up. People, stop liking my stuff. Let me have just this moment. Okay. So it's called Spirit Box. I don't know if you can see. We're going to give it a go. Oh God. Accept. Oh, this comes with ads, which is really annoying. Okay, I press start. Ah. Okay guys, so nothing was happening in the bedroom, which I thought was very strange because the last time we did it in the bedroom we did pick up a few voices, but I thought after 3 minutes I thought nothing's coming through for whatever reason, so maybe I'll try it again with Peter. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go downstairs into the kitchen because that's where most of the action seems to take place, so let's go down to the kitchen. Okay guys, so I am now in the kitchen and let's give this a go. Okay. Stupid ads. Okay, I swear I just heard a woman screaming, so I am now stopping. Oh my god. Right then guys, I just had to stop that video because I am home alone. I did have a bit of a panic because I heard a guy go, yo. Don't know if you... What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and put those clips in now. And we can really listen to it. But I swear I heard a guy called yo. And then I heard awful screams coming from a woman, and it freaked me out. I had to stop. Didn't hear anything upstairs, but in the kitchen I heard noise. I heard those two things, and I'm sure you guys did too. So let's take a look at them. Right then guys, so there was somebody going, yo. I tried to slow it down, to see if we could pick it up a bit better, but yeah. And then I think what really tipped me over the edge was that horrible screaming. And when you just heard it the first time, and then I slowed it down slightly the second time, it sounded even more horrific. Yeah, so that's the experiment done. I'm sorry I can't do any more, but I'm currently home alone. I'm thinking maybe me and Peter will have to do the spirit box together, because I know it's going to pick up a lot more. I have an awful feeling though, we're going to have to do it at night time, because like I said, it didn't pick anything up in the bedroom, which I thought was strange because last time it did. Not surprised that it picked stuff up in the kitchen, because that's where all this action seemed to be you know, this is where it started, in the kitchen. So, yeah, so anyway, I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments box below, did this video freak you out? Because I'm a little bit freaked out. No, I'm fine, honestly. I'm picking Peter up from the train station now soon, so it's all good. It's all good. But let me know all your comments in the comments box below. Did you hear the yo? And did you hear the screams? And let me know all your thoughts in the comments box below. And I'll be back very soon. Maybe with another spirit box video, but with Peter this time. Thank you for watching, guys. See you soon.